So this is Children's Center and Rehabilitation Hospital in Oklahoma City. It serves Oklahoma and the surrounding area. People come from quite a long ways just because it's a very good hospital. The whole concept of this hospital inside was just gray, no wayfinding, and gray signs, and some artwork. So it was pretty nondescript. So they hired a new architect to do a new 4-story tower. And so we were hired first to do the signage for that tower, and after that we had sold them the idea that what they needed is to redo the existing building and tie the wayfinding in. When it came to the existing building, they were connecting to a building that basically, literally, it was just gray. So you can see that's an entrance to a patient unit, that's the entrance to the cafeteria, there's just no difference. And it's sort of like a grid of corridors. So this is the new building coming in here, and these are the public corridors, and everything looks exactly the same. So, and there are no directional signs in here. So, it's one of those things where it's an easy sell, so to speak, or an easy, how do people do this? Wouldn't it be easier if you named the corridors? That would be a great idea, because we know wayfinding starts with someone coming in the front door and telling them how to get somewhere. And so you need all those tools. So, our goal is to, what are those tools? Is it a pathway? Or are we telling them to a building? Are we, what are you telling them? And it could be as simple as art. Go down to the picture of the poppy and turn left. So, but that's even a system that needs to be in place. I had one, I told you I had one hospital, I won't say which one it was. And they said they told people to go down to the stain in the carpet and turn right, which is a great wayfinding system, not very, it works. That's kind of the fun challenge, is figure out where people need to go, and then, how do we do this really simply? How do we get people to that destination? So one of the things we thought, how do we bring these new colors in? So again, this is an entrance, there's 12 units, and in here are a series of beds. And how do we bring those new colors in? So we had recommended that they paint these inside colors with their, the little insets with the colors, and tie it into the name of the street that we're going to name. So here we had the Butterfly, Unit 3, and again, this was it's pretty inexpensive for a huge amount of impact. So, and it's interesting, this was our first take, and we literally printed this out, hung it on the wall, and it looks great from here, but unless you do it in place, we pasted it up and just realized it was not going to work. So your head is here, the unit's way down here, that's way up there, so it's like you just didn't see anything. So it ended up, we switched to this, where the unit names are more at eye level, and then these are more like just you're on Ladybug Lane. So. It'll make a big impact. I mean, it just shows a little bit more caring, a little less sterile. So it is going to definitely change the facility. They do have a parking garage. So again, they already had predetermined colors per level. So it's pretty simple. It's just one way up and one way down. So there's just really a few signs on the parking level and the garage that we're doing. Came up with a whole new exterior sign program. So we, again, developed their new main monument sign with their logo on it. And here you can see now we're just directing people to entrances. So this was something that's so easy in the back. Again, like this unit back here, there's no way to get to there. And so everyone comes to the front door, then they have to go all the way around. You cannot walk through here to the unit. So the fact that they can now just tell people go to entrance 6 and it's going to be on the signs is going to really help. So they were just expecting a logo on the building and a sign out front. So you have to go and ask the questions. It's like, well, what's going to be the main entrance? Your existing entrance or the one on this building? And it's funny. They're like, well, we didn't think about it. We think this existing entrance is going to be the new entrance. And I'm like, okay, but everyone's going to park in the parking garage and go in the other one. They're like, oh yeah, I guess maybe that will be the main entrance. So you start asking questions of like, oh, how is the flow going to be after you do this? And they're like, we don't know. So, but we can bring our experience because we've done so many of them and say, well, this is what's going to happen. So this is what you need to do. So And because it totally changed, even more entrances, that's when I just suggested, well, you should just number the entrances, and number 1 is going to be your main entrance. And so it worked out very well. And they were very receptive of it. So what really made it a difference is when I'm going with designs, I can also bring the samples. I'm direct with the factory. I can ask all those questions and what can happen. And, so for someone like us, we know the product. So we're not just designing and it's going out. And every time I went back, I had new samples of all of the materials and all this patterns. And, that is something you don't get if you're just going to a design firm. You really know what you're getting right up front. And I think for them, I think it was important that they just get to deal with one person from the beginning to the end. So one company, we're responsible for everything. So they're not learning a new person. It's like, okay, now we trust the designers. Now we got to go out and have a whole nother, relationship with a builder and installer. So just for them, it's much easier. When you're doing this big work and you're doing a new tower, there's so much involved already. It's just so much easier just to deal with a single person. Their comments were we made it very easy for them.